Hello guys, and welcome back to this channel. Today, I'm going to be making my Gold Cup predictions for the upcoming tournament. It starts on what? Saturday? Sunday? Right now it's Thursday, so I'm going to lock in. I'm going to make my predictions for the Gold Cup. I mean, I already have. I already have made them. I'm going to share them with you, and we're going to start off in Group A. Now, Group A is probably the most predictable group of the entire tournament, probably in CONCACAF Gold Cup history. We have Mexico, who are I believe, still the title holders, if I'm not mistaken. Costa Rica, who, alongside Mexico, have been really well in CONCACAF. And then there's Suriname and the Dominican Republic. I understand. Don't underestimate the weaker teams, because they usually come back and surprise you. But I don't see this happening. I don't see Suriname nor the debutantes Dominican Republic from going far in the tournament. I really don't. I see them faltering a lot. I honestly don't see the Dominican Republic scoring a single goal. If they do, it's going to be against Suriname, not against Mexico or Costa Rica. I honestly do think they'll pick up a draw to Suriname, but I think it's going to be a 0-0. It's going to be a boring game. Tune into Mexico, Costa Rica. That's going to be a better game to watch. So I do think the Dominican Republic will get last in the group, and Suriname will get third. The bigger question, and the better question, I mixed those words together twice, would be who gets first between Mexico and Costa Rica. The answer might seem obvious as Mexico, and I would agree. I have put Mexico first over Costa Rica. However, I wouldn't necessarily be too surprised if Costa Rica topped the group, because they're a strong team. Of course, Mexico's a strong team, of course, as well, but Costa Rica is, if there's a team capable of beating Mexico in this group, it's absolutely Costa Rica, because they've been capable of being able to beat Mexico for a long time now. Costa Rica are one of the strong teams in CONCACAF. When you think of the face of CONCACAF, Mexico, United States, and Costa Rica, to be honest. Now Canada's starting to join that conversation. I'm proud of that. But, I think Mexico is going to top the group, and Costa Rica is going to get second and advance to the round of 16. Group B, I'm a little biased here. This is Canada's group. We've got us in this group, of course, and then we have Curacao, Honduras, and El Salvador. I'm very, very skeptical. I know that we should top the group, and we are definitely the favorites to top the group. However, I've learned not to trust this national team. I've learned that when you think they're going to go far, they're really not going to. I've learned to be cautious, especially since these opponents are not bad. If we got Dominican Republic, Suriname, and Guadeloupe, then I would be like, okay, we have an easy group, we should top this. But Curacao, Honduras, and El Salvador all made it to the third round of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. The fact that one of these was in pot 4 surprises me, because these are insanely good teams that I can see losing. I can see Canada losing to these teams. However, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I put them first at 9 points. I might be a little biased. Maybe it won't be 9 points, but I do have them at the top of the group. Maybe I should be a little more cautious, but I do honestly think Canada should get through this group pretty easily. And going through with them to the next round, I have not put Honduras, even though I do think they are a very strong team, very capable team. El Salvador, very strong, capable team, but I put Curacao going through to the round of 16. I honestly see Curacao doing wonders. I think Curacao's in a big national team, a very, very good national team, and I honestly see them maybe even making the World Cup next year. I have high hopes for Curacao. I mean, I always really have. 4 years ago on the main channel, I said why they could qualify for the 2022 World Cup, and they didn't even come even remotely close. But you know what? I think Curacao, honestly, is going to get through at the expense of Honduras and El Salvador. Group C, it's very, very interesting, because I have, we have in this group 3 teams that I can see top in the group. It's Panama, Guatemala, Jamaica, and then Guadeloupe. I mean, if Guadeloupe gets first, by all means, I will not be upset. But I have got them last. I've got them with 0 points. I think they might score a couple goals, because Guadeloupe is a team that you routinely see in the Gold Cup. I just don't know how they're gonna fare, because these three teams, I believe, if I'm getting this right, all made it to the third round of the CONCACAF qualifiers. So Guadeloupe is in some deep, deep trouble here. I don't think at all, one bit, they're going to go far. I think they're going to get last. I think Panama's going to top the group. Panama looks like objectively the strongest team in this group. On paper, Panama is the strongest team in this group. And I see them getting first, accordingly winning every single match. But I do acknowledge their matches against Guatemala and Jamaica will be close. 1 goal. I honestly don't think... 2 goals, no. I don't think they can beat Guatemala nor Jamaica by 2 goals. But 1 goal I do think is feasible. So all in all, I do think Panama is going to top this group and easily advance. For Guatemala and Jamaica, I have them finishing on the exact same stats. And the predicting website that I used put Guatemala ahead of Jamaica. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I do have them on the exact same stats, so whatever happens will happen. Group D is interesting because we have Saudi Arabia in this group. Not a North American team, but they're the ones with the most money, so they're in this competition. The United States, of course, are also in this competition. They're the host nation. And then we have Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago. They are in this group as well. I feel so bad for Trinidad and Tobago and Haiti. Both of them, I think, are going to get 1 point. They're going to draw to each other, and that's it. But for Saudi Arabia and the United States, that's the match that I'm going to be caring about, because those are the 2 teams that can actually win this group. I can see these teams making it very far. They're semifinal level teams. Saudi Arabia, I think, do get the edge over the United States. I do realize that they faltered in the Asian World Cup qualifiers, but Australia would beat the United States as well. That's just the state of CONCACAF right now, that even a mediocre team in Asia easily wipes the floor with the best team in CONCACAF. On to the... no, not round of 16. It's the quarterfinals. There's only 8 teams here. Mexico versus Curacao is the first match. I think that's an easy win for Mexico. I did say that Curacao can make it far, but I don't think they're going to make it that far. I don't think they're beating Mexico in the first round of the knockouts far. 3-1 prediction I said for Mexico. They're going to go through to the semifinals. Panama and the United States, a lot closer match. Much, much closer match. I've said it goes to penalties where the United States beats Panama on penalties. I wouldn't be surprised if the United States get it done in 90 minutes or even 120. But I do think that they're the better team, barely. Panama can definitely beat the United States. However, I've given it to the host nation to put them in the semifinals. Costa Rica versus Canada. I've said Canada to win 2-1 over Costa Rica. But I would not be surprised if Costa Rica wins, because Costa Rica is just that strong of a team. And the other match here is Guatemala versus Saudi Arabia. It's wraps for Guatemala. I'm sorry. Saudi Arabia is going to wipe the floor with you. I've said 3-0. 3-0 for Saudi Arabia, and you know it could be even more. On to the semifinals, we have Mexico versus the United States. I'm going to give that to a win, not for the host nation, but for the defending champions. Mexico to win against the United States 2-0. I just think that Mexico is the strongest team in CONCACAF right now, and they're better than the United States. So that's my reasoning. And for the other semifinal, it's Canada versus Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, I mean, can they beat Canada? Yes. Have I predicted them to? No. I predicted Canada to beat Saudi Arabia 2-1 and advance to the final of the Gold Cup. The final of the Gold Cup against Mexico, and I predicted Canada to win. I could definitely be biased, 100%. I probably am. But I've said Canada to win the Gold Cup over Mexico in the final. It's been 3-4 years now of Canada being the best team in CONCACAF, and we made it to the semifinals in 2021, and then the semifinals again, I think, in 2023. I don't know, I didn't really pay attention to that competition. So you know what? Canada's going to win the 2025 Gold Cup. Yeah, that's my predictions.